Hello crafty friends, welcome to day 30 of Die Cut December 2024. Today we've got another viewer's choice card and I'm going to make an Easter card for you using these dies. I know we've only just had Christmas and it's not even New Year yet, but you asked, so I'm making an Easter card. To start with, I've got some Catherine Pooler die inks from the Spa collection. We've got a whole rainbow here. I've got quartz, apricot, whipped honey, matcha, stone blue and serene. And I use my blending brushes to blend a rainbow across this strip of smooth white card with the intention of die cutting out some Easter eggs with my Easter egg dies. I wasn't particularly happy how the serene went on my first bit of card. It went on a bit heavy and blotchy, so I decided to do another rainbow on another bit of card so I had lots of areas to die cut from. To save some time, I die cut 4 eggs at a time. I lined them up on my rainbow, trying to capture 2 colours per egg and get the blendy bit roughly in the middle. I put a bit of sticky note tape on top of them so they acted basically as one die, and then I ran that through my die cutting machine and I think I got 9 eggs out in total from the 2 pieces. My idea for this card was to create a basket, or the idea of a basket in which to put my eggs. So I took some smooth white card and I swiped on some vintage photo distress oxide to create a bit of a crisscross pattern. And then I used a blending brush just to spread the colour out a bit. But to really create a woven impression or look, I pulled out an embossing folder with a kind of checkerboard pattern on it. And I braided on some walnut stain distress oxide, which is a darker brown. And then I popped my vintage photo coloured card into the embossing folder and ran it through my die cutting machine to transfer that walnut stain and emboss the pattern. Unfortunately, it came out a bit dark and a bit patchy. I didn't really like the large swipes in the background, so I decided to try again and see if I could create something that looked a little bit more basket-like. So I blended whatever brown ink was left on my ink blender onto a piece of smooth white card, and then I swiped the walnut stain over the embossing folder again, ran it through my die cutting machine, and I was a lot happier with this attempt at something that looked vaguely basket-like. I did again do a little bit more blending. I just brushed over the surface of the embossed card with my brown blending brush to spread out the colour and soften things a little bit. Next, I trimmed my basket piece down and mounted it on some double-sided craft foam that's about 1mm thick. I then placed this in the bottom third of a card panel cut to fit a 5x7 card. So my basket is occupying the bottom third of my card front. I trimmed off the excess with my guillotine to get some nice straight edges. And then I used a stitched strip die to die cut a stitch strip out of some gold glitter cardstock, which I then glued down using high-tack glue along the top of the basket edge. And this was just to give the basket a little bit of a trim and make it look a little bit more finished. I snipped off the overhang with a pair of scissors, and then I decided I wanted to put my sentiment down before I put my Easter eggs in my basket. So I cut a scripty happy from gold glitter card and the word Easter using some alpha dies also from gold glitter card. I lined these up on the grid on my mat, picked them up with some press and seal, added some matte gel medium to the back of the letters and then placed them down exactly where I wanted them and peeled off the press and seal. And this is a great little trick for lining up die cuts. The press and seal is so gentle, it's sticky but gently so you can pick things up and then peel it off without damaging anything. And you can do that with washi tape and you can do it with sticky notes, but the press and seal is see-through, so it's really easy to see where you're placing it. Once my sentiment was in place, it was time to work on my Easter eggs, and I decided to back these with vellum because I was going to layer some on top of the other, and with the holes in them it would have looked a bit messy. I didn't want to back them with anything too solid though, and I thought the translucency of the vellum would look nice and kind of calm things down a bit. So I ran each egg through my Xyron sticker maker and peeled them off the backing and stuck them on vellum. And then I used my detail scissors to cut around the eggs. So I ended up with 9 vellum backed eggs. I then ran the eggs back through the Xyron sticker maker to put adhesive on the back of the vellum, and then they were ready to stick on my card front. To start off, I placed a row of partial eggs emerging from the top of the basket. I just snipped them with my scissors at a bit of an angle and then placed them down. And then I just gradually built up a pile of eggs that was slightly taller on the left-hand side to kind of balance the sentiment on the right-hand side. With the Xyron sticker maker, it is permanent adhesive. But if you're quick and you don't press things down too hard, you can peel things back up. I just popped my Easter eggs down. I didn't press them down. So if I wanted to lift one up and tuck another one behind, I could do exactly that and not rip my card or my Easter egg. As a finishing touch, I used Gold Coast Nouveau glitter drops to fill in one of the stripes or apertures in each egg. So each egg is going to get a glittery dimensional dot or stripe or a couple of dots. And I thought that just tied them in nicely with the gold that was already on the card. And that's this card done. I hope even if you don't celebrate Easter, you might have picked up an idea or two from this video. If you have gleaned any ideas, do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, which is the little bell icon next to the subscribe button. And I will see you back here tomorrow for day 31, the last day of Die Cut December 2024. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.